Tszyu says Errol Spence takes the L to Fundora, but Crawford wins. What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, y'all. So, Sebastian Fundora, Errol Spence has been announced for later this year or early 2025. And recently, Tszyu was interviewed, and he gave an interesting take on who he feels like will win that fight and why he thinks Terence Crawford might be the best fighter in that situation. I just want to break all that down, give my 5,000 nickels for anybody.
I think Crawford's got the better style, you know. Fundora's a bit slower, so I think if Crawford's speed is there, so I think you'll be able to sort of pick him apart.
Fundora versus Spence, how do you see that fight going?
I think Fundora would win that fight.
Do you think Terence Bud Crawford has ducked Fundora?
Alright, y'all, so Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, Sebastian Fundora, Tszyu, what's really going on?
You lose, so you get nothing. Good day, sir.
So Tszyu was recently interviewed, and he was asked who does he think would win between Errol Spence and Fundora and Terence Crawford and Fundora.
My ass.
If Fundora gets past Spence. And his answer, I think, was pretty interesting, to say the least.
I've criticized Terence Crawford for, not fighting Boots. But I never saw it as a duck. Our community and fans were like, hey, Boots and Crawford, take on Boots. But that's us. Boots, the most disappointing part is that Boots never really pushed for it. He never really said, I really want to aggressively pursue Crawford.
So Tszyu said he feels like that Sebastian Fundora is a slow fighter.
Your ass about to break through the seat of your pants.
Like he takes time to do things in a boxing ring, and any purist boxing fan who's at least trained with boxing knows when you do things slowly and at a predictable pace, it's easy to pick off a fighter like that. If you're a speed fighter, you're gonna have your way with a guy like that. And a lot of people felt that way about Errol Spence, and they say that's the reason why Terence Crawford beat Errol Spence, is because his slow, methodical movement,
nigga, please,
it's just too predictable. So Tszyu, who a lot of people had Tszyu winning the Fundora fight until the cut happened, and Tszyu ultimately lost, and Fundora became champion.
Pain.
But a lot of people feel like that, and Tszyu feels like that Terence Crawford's speed is actually the winning factor in this situation. So even if Fundora fights Spence, he doesn't feel like Spence has enough power and speed to deal with the length and awkwardness of Sebastian Fundora, and ultimately something not so good is going to end up happening, similar to the cut.
Oh, shit.
That he received when Spence and Fundora do get it on. And I find that very interesting. I do think Fundora's a weird, awkward style of fighting, and Spence is going to have to ground and pound on the inside for at least 5 to 6 rounds to get him up out of there.
You ain't down with that? Shut your goddamn ass up.
I think if he can ground and pound him 5 or 6 rounds, then that'll be enough to tire him out. But the problem is going to come in for Spence is the size and those elbows. Once those elbows start moving around, how does Spence deal with that?
Wait a minute, Harry, here, Harry. Mama!
But I do think that that's the perfect preparation for Errol Spence to go back into a Terence Crawford fight.
nigga, please.
Because if he can deal and deal with those awkward movements of Sebastian Fundora and his height, I think he would be able to deal with the slowing down.
You better put some stink on this motherfucker, like your life depends on. You understand me?
Speed and angles of Terence Crawford if they ultimately have their rematch.
You got 2 types of information. You got designer information and you got information.
I mean, we gotta know where his money going to.
Different people deal with different type of information and they're receptive to it. Me personally, I came up and I did my thing. I was able to come up off of regular information.
I mean, we gotta know where this money going to.
But you got people that's on social media that's watching people's shows and they're fascinated with designer information and they missing the point.
I mean, we gotta know where this money going to.
Because a lot of times they acting like they looking for the information. No, you just watching the show.
I mean, we gotta know where this money going to.
Stop playing games, stop bullshitting. Information is information if it's information.
I mean, we gotta know where this money going to.
Pay attention. Stop only be receptive to the shiny things because you're going to miss out on the win.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. Hit that like button for me, share, subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. But you're more than likely to get a response on the tubes or holler at me over there. You want to collab or feature a product, your channel, on my channel, feel free to hit my Gmail because it is a flock of cards at gmail.com. And we aren't mad at him.
Don't try this at home.
I don't know shit about boxing.
Now first off, I don't drink homemade booze. I don't leave home without my shoes. I don't go to parties and barns, don't get it confused. My cousin's not my boo, now that's nasty. They think our wigs all patched and nappy. Everybody's black and ashy, just so you never have to ask me. It's not what you think. If you think we're not dropping knots at the bank, now that's dumber than running at cops with a shank. You thinking I'm running and hopping in lakes, possum and snake over lobster and steak. Niggas look at me like I got to be fake, cause my clock operates with a watch in the face, equipped with alarm so I don't need a rooster. Nigga, it's the future, let me introduce ya, but you ain't used to. Truth, you know what I'm saying?
We ain't that country, we ain't that country, we ain't that country, we ain't that.
So what you want?
South, we ain't that country, we ain't that country, we ain't that.
Niggas will murder you.
I said we ain't that country, we ain't that country, we ain't that.
So what you think?
South, we ain't that country, we ain't that country,
Niggas will. Now I ain't never milked a cow, but I will get bread from a heifer. I'm ahead on my schedule, getting bread on that level. Y'all niggas is two-faced. I slow a nigga's hustle down, leave him screw-faced. Now who laced that track? Sauce one, back at it again, backslapping your friends. Crack balance and gin, backsliding in sin. Max gotta attend to what that hustle brings in. Biggest problem on my streets by far. Nigga get you for your ride, might leave it on fire. Get your speakers wise, even your tires. You can think I'm bullshitting, you'll believe it tomorrow. When you in your driveway, not seeing your car. He pulled off when you was sound asleep. And you can keep your little Bentley, cause them crowns is cheap. 212s in the back, cruise down the street.
We ain't that country, we ain't that country, we ain't that country, we ain't that.
So what you
ain't that country, South, we ain't that country, we ain't that country, we ain't that.
Niggas will murder you.
I said we ain't that country, we ain't that country, we ain't that.
So what you think?
South, we ain't that country, we ain't that country,
niggas. Now I just had to get that off my chest. Thanks for listening. It's the Derby, dog, thanks for visiting. A lot of dudes rap, but they ain't equivalent to the dude that's cool with the lakes in Michigan. I'll leave a nigga wetter than a shark's tail. Victory Park, Iroquois, the Clarksdale. Niggas living like Avon, Barksdale. I'm wild when I drive, so I can't park well. And this ain't for the nappy roots, just the one to see they video and think that's how we actually do. It's the 502. Louis Keys and I'm through. Spots it,
we ain't that country, we ain't that country, we ain't that country, we ain't that.
So what you
ain't that country, South, we ain't that country, we ain't that country, we ain't that.
Niggas will murder you.
I said we ain't that country, we ain't that country, we ain't that.
So what you think?
South, we ain't that country, we ain't that country,
niggas will